Hey, Raven here. It is Sunday, January 19th, 2020 at 10:59 p.m. I'm gonna keep this video short as possible anyway. I know I got a lot of glare in my eyes, and that doesn't make my videos very appealing. It's kind of like a diary kind of post or video. This morning, I got up. Took my shower. I was in the process of getting dressed to go to the meeting. As you can see, I still got my dress shirt on. I'll explain that in a minute. So, went to the meeting, and I was supposed to go out with a few friends, but the weather kind of threw a wrench in the plans, after the meeting was over. So we went to a Chinese restaurant, get Chinese buffet, and I was invited to go. But the problem was I didn't have enough money to even pay for my own meal. But I was invited to go, and a friend of mine was willing to, pay my tab. He didn't want he didn't want to have to take me home after the meeting and then him and his wife go out to lunch. So he knew I didn't have much money, but he invited me anyway. And so we get there. We got some of our other congregation members, there at the Chinese restaurant as well. Now, my friend was only looking to cover his food, his wife's food, and mine. I'm looking down because I'm trying to watch the clock, the timer. But instead there was another person that was like 3 seats down from me. He paid my meal. Didn't ask him for it, and I was very appreciative of them. I get home, and I play Minecraft for a little bit, listen to some music, to try to kill enough time before the AFC Championship game would start. But I ended up missing the first 3 quarters anyway. So I'm still in my meeting clothes, except for this. So this hoodie, I just put that on. The reason why I still have my dress shirt on, I do have a t-shirt under it, as you can see here. This house that I'm in is supposed to be well insulated. But even with the heaters on, the house is still cold. So I had to put my hoodie on, and that's why I kept the dress shirt on. So that, I'm wearing 3 layers of clothing to keep my body, upper body warm. Now, my legs, that's a different story, but I can handle that. I'm just trying to figure out how I don't run that much heat, or that much electric, I should say. But yet, last month my electric bill was in the $150 range. It's not something I can afford. So my landlord was kind enough to pay it. Of course, I have to pay her back. The main thing was getting the rent paid. Because as long as I pay the rent, I still have a roof over my head. And that's an important thing. I just wish this house had some more... the landlord told me this house is insulated. But I'm thinking it probably needs updating. Because I don't know how many years insulation can last. But I also don't know how long it's been since this place was, insulated. So that was kind of my day. I did watch both the Chiefs and Titans game and Packers and 49ers game. As a Baltimore Ravens fan, I want to wish Terrell sucks. But I want to give him my well wishes in his pursuit of a second Super Bowl ring. His first one came against the 49ers, who is the NFC representative in this Super Bowl. It was bittersweet for me to see Kansas City knock out Tennessee. Well, I don't know if bittersweet is the right word. It was satisfying. It's like you and my team's season, I want your team eliminated. So, that worked out. I was kind of hoping Green Bay Packers would have won the NFC title. But in my lifetime, the four teams that played today, Kansas City was the only team who had never played in the Super Bowl in my lifetime. Never. So, the Super Bowl was set for 2 weeks from tonight. I would say, with it being 11:06, it'd be about right around this time on February 2nd. Where's it February 3rd? Let's see, the 28th of January is on a Tuesday. So that means Wednesday's the 30th. Thursday's the 31st. Tuesday is the 28th. Thursday would be the 30th. Friday would be the 31st. So, yeah, it's September 2nd. It's when the Super Bowl was played. But me being a WWE fan, I'm actually looking forward to next Sunday's Royal Rumble. It's my favorite pay-per-view of the year. My favorite event. I wouldn't mind if they would do a second pay-per-view. Not exactly called the Royal Rumble, but another pay-per-view where they have a Royal Rumble theme like they did when they first went to Saudi Arabia. When the greatest Royal Rumble took place, which was won by Braun Strowman. That will have 50 participants, whereas the Royal Rumble itself has only 30. So, there's that. So anyway, this house that I'm living in used to be a gas station. And you would never know that when you look at the inside. But you would know it if you looked outside, like, oh, there was a gas station there, So anyway, I guess I just wanted to make this video just to buy my time a little bit, so to speak. That's pretty much how this I'm ready to go to bed, but I'm trying, I don't have any blankets at the moment, so I'm going to have to sleep in that to keep warm tonight. Just had a couple tacos. I was eating that, but warmed my inside. It did. Homemade tacos, by the way, not Taco Bell bought. Although that probably would have been better. Had a Mountain Dew. Took my medication, though. That's pretty much how my day goes. Um, there is something I want to talk about, and I'll try to keep this short. I read a story yesterday where a guy abused his daughter physically and emotionally, I should say. He threatened to kill his daughter's doll, grabbed it by the mouth, and that just even seeing that, I flew into the mood, in out in an outrage mode. He had custody of his daughter. She's 14. She mounted the camera in her room to videotape the abuse that she's been going through because nobody would believe her. Nobody would believe her. And what's sickening to me about the whole case is that a judge allowed this girl's father to pick who could take care of his daughter while he deals with this court thing. And he picked his best friend. Now, the judge dropped the ball on this one. This is a bad move. You're basically setting her up to be abused again. And the only reason why this guy got custody of his daughter, because of money, because he's a prominent business owner. You know, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I think parents need to have license in order to be a parent. I mean, seriously, this guy abuses his daughter, her dog, or dogs, because I think there's two. And the judge said, yeah, okay, you could send your daughter to your best friend, who's going to be her guardian. And then when he gets out and she goes back down, guess what? You're putting her back into being in an abusive situation. And by the way, her father is bonded out. I cannot believe, for the life of me, that a judge would be that stupid to allow the father to get to decide where his daughter goes while he's dealing with this court business. Really, what the judge said was, well, the mother, she can go with her biological mother, as a temporary or an emergency custody. But see, this is what gets me. I get it, raising children costs money. I get that. But money should never be a factor where the child's going to go. This is a situation where a couple could have said, let's do joint custody. But now I'm hoping and praying that the judge reverses this crap that he did and gives custody of this girl to her mother, which would be the right thing to do. Yeah, I get it, the dad. He's a prominent business owner. He makes a lot of money. So what? That doesn't excuse his behavior, and it doesn't excuse the stupidity of letting her father choose where he goes until he bonded out, which I'm almost certain that he brings her home, and guess what? The abuse is going to happen again. And parents like that who abuse their kids are cowards. I have no respect for parents who are like that, abusing children. And let me tell you, I've been abused myself by my dad. Quite a few times. Thankfully I got out of it, but, my dad's kind of mellowed out a little bit, but I don't think it would ever work out for him to share a place. Because between me and him, it's like two bulls in a fine china shop. That's what it pretty much looks like. But this whole situation is ridiculous. A daughter proves that she's been abused for years. And a judge lets the father pick who gets custody of his daughter. I don't think it's right. I think it should have gone to the mother. Her mother is the one who pretty much helped get this going. The mother has her daughter's best interest at heart, not the father, and certainly not the judge. Because if the judge had his best interest at heart for this girl, he would have said, you can go with your mother for the time being as temporary custody until this gets situated. The girl was 14 years old. And I'm almost certain when she turns 18, she's bolting out that door. She's gone. But if the mother's not financially fit to take care of her daughter, then put her in a system where she could be in foster care, where she could be cared by loving people, not one who's abusing his daughter over and over and over again. I wanted to make a video about that yesterday, but I elected not to post it. So tonight, I'm deciding to post about it. Well, I guess the reason why I didn't post the original video of this story that I'm talking about was because I didn't like how my voice sounded. And sometimes when I get a dry mouth, which you just saw me take a drink, my voice sounds, pretty bad off. But anyway, I lost some sleep over that girl because I can't believe what the judge did. And I hope somebody's got those animals, those dogs, taking care of them. He was going to kill his daughter's dog. What kind of a father does that? Well, one who likes to go on power trips just because he's got money. He's a prominent business owner. No, sorry. That guy gets no respect from me. Think it's okay to abuse a child and then try to kill a dog right in front of her. You have to be a sick human being to even go that low. But then again, he's already sick in the head. I hope he gets a lot of time in prison. I really do. And I hope the mother is successful in her bid to get this whole living situation changed for her daughter so that she can get her daughter back. Where at least this 14-year-old is going to be loved, not going to be abused. I'm sorry, but the judge dropped the ball on this one. And I normally don't get fired up, but I got fired up this time because it's stuff like that that makes me angry to no end. Wow. I mean, if I was in front of that judge, I'd be like, really? Really, Your Honor? Is this what you're really going to do? Explain to me that decision you made, how is it logical? How does that make any sense? It's what it is. But anyway, I'll see you on the next video, whatever day that might be. But thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Peace.